So this video is going to be a little different because the gameplay that you're seeing right now is pre-recorded. I am currently not playing the game right now. I'm just talking over it. And that's because this video is going to be a review of the update, my thoughts on it and stuff like that. So let's get to it, shall we? So one of the biggest pieces of content we got this update is the new hero, Natureborn. And her gimmick is, as far as, her playstyle and stuff, she's pretty unique, We've never had a hero up until this point to have two different playstyles. One that's very similar to Archer Queen and Royal Champion, being that they're ranged, and another playstyle similar to that of Barbarian King and Monk, to where they're tanky damage dealers, or tanky-ish damage dealers. So yeah, Natureborn, her gimmick is really cool, honestly. She's definitely the most complex hero in the game right now, and that's actually a good thing in my opinion, because it adds an extra layer of depth and strategy to your formations. I know that a lot of people feel like that the game feels too simple at times and there's not enough room for like strategy in your placements and stuff. Like, the game to some people still feel really RNG. And Natureborn's playstyle kind of, allows you to really strategize how you want to, go about attacking your enemies. Do you want to attack them from range or from up close? Like, I like the variety of playstyles that Natureborn has, so I think that's cool. She could use some balancing. I've heard that she's actually one of the weaker heroes in the game, and I played her off camera, and I can definitely see why. I currently have her at level 13, but honestly, I've played like 10 games with Natureborn. I don't know if it's a skill issue, but I only won like 2. So, I don't know. Maybe Natureborn really does need, some balancing to make her just a little stronger. But overall, I like Natureborn as a hero. The cost of her skin, however, is pretty pricey, I'm not gonna lie, but, we're gonna get to, the economy side of the game, later on in the video, so, yeah. Honestly, the limited time draft modes are the best part of the update, in my opinion. I understand that only one of them is out. Like, we haven't played the other two draft modes, but honestly, the current draft rumble is, as a game mode, is super solid. It's fresh. It's something, different other than having to play duels or regular rumble and ladder. And it's really nice to have a casual mode back into the game. I know when they released the previous update back in November, they took away casual play, which was a bit of an L because I couldn't really practice my decks. If I wanted to try out a deck, I would just have to go into it and risk losing a bunch of trophies, which is unfortunate. And here, again, I can't, take any decks into practice because it's a rumble draft, but still, it's nice to play the game, play and enjoy the game without the stress of having to fall 1,000,000 trophies or something like that. So yeah, the draft rumble modes are a ton of fun, I will say, and I love the Misty Forest map for the fact that it's bigger than the other maps. Like, I think the difference, there are 2 extra columns on the side, because the regular maps, I believe, are 5 by 8. The dimensions of the regular map are 5 by 8, but this one is 7 by 8, I believe. So You know, it's crazy how adding just 2 extra columns can really change the meta around. Like, there are some minis that are really good, like Giant Skeleton, that are kind of lacking because, you know, their AoE doesn't affect most of the board. So, yeah, it's really, honestly, I love the draft modes. It's, without a doubt... Wow, that was the slowest sneeze ever. It's without a doubt the best part of the update. I don't know. I can't really say too much. Can't really say much more about it. I love draft. I will say though that there are some bugs in it that I feel like need to get fixed. Like, for example, sometimes, you know, you'll fight against the opponent who's already been eliminated, and sometimes you actually fight them, but other times you don't, and it just automatically gives you the win. And I don't think that's supposed to be intended, but, you know, hopefully we'll get a fix on that. Because, yeah, it's a little jarring knowing that I have all this setup, all of this extra, you know, setup just to not play a match because the game didn't feel like giving me the match. It's weird, it's awkward, but, you know, it's not enough to make me not enjoy the game mode. Like, I still love draft a bunch. But yeah, super solid feature of the update. So I talked about a lot of the things that I liked about the update. Now I want to talk about things that I wasn't really too fond of about the update. One of the things being the cosmetics. Now, does that mean I don't like the skins that we got? No, I think the skins we got are amazing. The problem lies on how ridiculously priced they are. When Natureborn first came out, dude, I kid you not, there was a $40 offer to get Natureborn herself and her skin. $40! That's a lot of money. And I understand, you know, Clash Mini and, you know, not just Clash Mini, but Supercell. Supercell's a business, right? Like, they need to make money off the games in order to continue running it, to cover, you know, server costs and to actually pay their workers and stuff like that. Like, I get it. However, I feel like there's a better way to go about monetizing your game, and I feel like just throwing ridiculous prices, if anything, deters people from wanting to spend money in the game. Yeah, the skins are way overpriced. The Astral skin is overpriced. I think the Astral skin alone costs $30, which is downright absurd. And there's also a shop offers where you can get 2 mini skins. I believe it's for the Barbarian and Ice Wizard, I think. I don't know. But 2 skins for 2 minis for $30. I want to make this comparison to Brawl Stars. Like, in Brawl Stars, like, the high-end skins will cost around $20. I mean, the gem value's a little less than that, but, you know, in order to get it, like, you know, you gotta buy the $20 gem offer in that game. Point being, you get the skin, and not only do you get the skin, but you get more cosmetics that, you know, are related to the skin. Like, you buy the skin, you get emotes related to the skin, as well as a spray. Clash Mini kinda does this, to where if you buy certain skins, you get a profile picture for it. But I still don't think that justifies the high cost of it. And plus, in Brawl Stars, you get to control your character too. You get to see the effects whenever you want. Like, you know, you can attack whenever you want. And you get to see the cool little effect that it has or whatever. And some skins, you know, have voice changes to where the brawler sounds completely different, which is really cool. Whereas in Clash Mini, all you do is put the mini on the board. Like, you put it on the board and it just does whatever it wants. And I feel like, again, the prices are way too high, and I understand that Supercell is a business, but there's a much better way to monetize the skin prices. At least to me. Because when I saw that offer, I'm thinking, okay, the economy still needs a bunch of work. Speaking of the economy, so one point I made in the last update was that there are too many currencies. Basically saying that there should be one crown shard type and skill shards. This is more of an unpopular opinion, but I think skill shards should be completely reworked or removed. And I still kind of stand by that. I would think that the currencies would be a lot more simplified in this update. But it's not, unfortunately, and I was kind of disappointed to see that nothing's really been done with it. And I don't know if they are going to do anything about it. I feel like they should, since, you know, when it comes to beta games, Supercell focuses on, you know, new players and stuff. But when a new player sees all those currencies, it's going to be overwhelming. So I feel like it should be simplified. But, you know, they did release the game in Ireland lately, so hopefully we'll get some good feedback on Ireland, because what they think about the game will kind of determine whether or not the game will continue in development. So if you're from Ireland, please support the game. To be completely blunt, the Star Exchange sucks. So when the season reset, you know, of course I'm gonna take the offer that gives me more shards, because, you know, I want more progression on my heroes. I want to max out the heroes, or at least get them close to the max. But to have to sacrifice, you know, mini progression to do it is so bad. Like, honestly, I feel like there should be no reason ever for a game to have to reset your progression, or at least your upgrade progression. Like, if resetting trophies, like, that's fine. That's completely fine, because that means you just have to play the game more to get them back. But with, you know, with upgrade progression, having to reset that is just a sucky feeling, in my opinion. And having to re-max out all of my minis is just painstaking. Like, I might be over-exaggerating a little bit, but, you know, point being, it's super boring. I don't want to have to sit there for 10 minutes just to re-max all of my minis that were maxed before. And you want to know what the worst part is? When I was, after the Star Exchange, when I was, you know, re-maxing out my minis, I didn't have enough Star Shards to max out all of my minis again. In fact, I had just enough to get all of my 2 and 3 Elixir minis maxed. None of my 4 Elixir minis got maxed. And that's really frustrating, because they were maxed out before. Why aren't they maxed out now? Especially since it's not like, you know, they added an extra, like, star upgrade to where, you know, the requirement for a maxed out mini is greater. Like, it still requires the same amount of star shards, and for the most part, you're still getting the same upgrades. So why should my progression be reset just to get hero progression? Or why should my mini progression be reset just to get hero progression? It just makes the game more frustrating for me, because now I'm not motivated to play, because my collection feels incomplete. My once complete collection is incomplete. And again, if it's not like they added anything new to the progression to make it incomplete, it's incomplete because it was reset, and that's such a bad feeling. And I know they're gonna work on, you know, replacing the Star Exchange, because pretty much everyone in the community can agree that the Star Exchange is really bad and needs, you know, a rework in some fashion. And I know the devs said that they're gonna work on it, but I really want to express to you guys how frustrating the Star Exchange system is. Hopefully it will get reworked sometime soon, because yeah, it's not fun. It's not fun at all. I don't like resetting my progression just to get more rewards. Like, it's just it's not good. It's not good. Clash Mini is still not ready for global. There are some updates or features added in the update that I really like. I like the new hero. I love the draft modes, and the new mini Bandit, even though she's insanely powerful, which I didn't even go over Bandit. Let's go over Bandit real quick. Okay. I know Bandit is super broken right now. I know that Bandit is really strong right now. But dude, I cannot lie, playing Bandit is some of the most fun I've ever had playing this game. Next to Draft, of course. Dude, I love the Bandit, man. Like, her, like, she feels like a new mini. Like, she genuinely feels like a new mini, not just, you know, a fusion dance between two already existing minis. Like, her mechanics are new. She really, you know, like, Bandit alone is kind of redefining the meta, at least compared to the previous season. And her gimmick is just, oh my gosh, dude. I can talk about Bandit all day. She's a bunch of fun. But now let's go back to why Clash Mini isn't ready for global yet. Now, I understand if you saw my update video going over the update of the game, you can tell how overhyped I was about it, and I can't lie, I feel like I kind of I was a bit too overhyped, and I kind of, you know, made the update seem better than it was. Not saying that the update was bad or anything, but I kind of, you know, pushed the qualms that I had about it to the side, and I was just, you know, taken away by the improved graphics and just new stuff. Like, you know, there wasn't a Clash Mini update in like 5 months, and, you know, seeing the game finally get an update, you know, it's exciting. It's nice to see the game under a fresh new coat of paint. But yeah, the balancing could still use some work. Archer Queen is still extremely dominant. Yeah, Archer Queen still needs to be toned down. Bandit definitely needs to be toned down, even though I don't really mind that because I'm having a blast playing her right now. The economy needs a lot of work. It needs to be simplified. It needs to be, you know, easy to understand. Free-to-play progression needs to be, you know, better. The game is kind of in a weird state to where it's like semi-aggressively monetized, and it's kind of like to where, you know, free-to-play players are kind of getting the short end of the stick, because in order to get, you know, in order to get skins and stuff, you have to cough up your paycheck in order to do it. And again, nothing wrong with that business model, but with the way Clash Mini is, I would say it's a little too aggressive. It's too aggressive. I think they just need to dial it down a little bit. Have it in a way to where people will actually want to spend money, as opposed to putting ridiculous price tags on certain features. And also, for some reason, you can't get gems as a free-to-play anymore, which is really weird and shouldn't be a thing. I do like that they got rid of the toy boxes and fun boxes, even though personally I actually enjoyed the fun boxes personally, but they took them away. Hopefully we'll get the contents back with them, to where, you know, people who didn't get the stuff that was in the fun box have a chance at getting it. um, later on down the line. I like how crystal coins are more easily accessible. However, I feel like there should just be more with the crystal coins other than just skins. But, you know, hopefully we'll get more content for that. I feel like as a new player, if a new player were to play Clash Mini the way it is right now, it would just be too overwhelming. Like, it's like, there's like a lot to take in with Clash Mini. You know, the 8 currencies that, you know, shouldn't be, most of them shouldn't even be existing. Condense the crown shards, please, Supercell. It's too much. And the pretty aggressive, you know, monetization of the game as well. A lot of things that cost gems, but you can't even get gems as a free-to-play. It's like if you want, you know, the good stuff, like you gotta cough up some money for it, which, you know, isn't bad, but, you know, I feel like if you're free-to-play, you should at least get a slice of that pie, you know what I mean? What else is there? Let me think. Sorry, I don't have a script for this. I kind of just saying stuff on the fly. Oh, I also think that there should be more, you know, social features in the game as well. Like, I know there's like clans and stuff like that, and you can do clan bosses, but friend lists would be nice, you know, you can play with friends and stuff like that, invite friends over to your clan and stuff like that, you know. Have like a thing to where, like, you know, in Clash Royale you can donate cards, you know, in Clash Mini, since you have all these freaking resources, you know, donate some resources, you know, if someone's down a few star shards, you know, give them some star shards, you know. And I would say, more importantly, or most importantly, the UI, or it's not that important, but at the same time, you know, first impressions mean a lot, so it is very important. The UI kind of looks like, the UI can look really good at times, but the UI can also look very, you know, hey, this looks like a game that's in beta, or in alpha type UI. Like, I feel like the, like, look at my name tag, for example. Like, it has such this basic, excuse my language, I'm gonna cuss. It just has this, basic bish type font, and it's like, it just has no personality to it whatsoever. Like, I feel like, you know, change the font, you know, change it to, like, you know, the, main, like, you know, Clash universe-like font, like, you know the font I'm talking about. Just make the game pop out and stand out some more, you know? I would also say that casual mode should be back in the game as well. Bring back casual mode. There was nothing wrong with having casual mode. Please bring it back. And improve the Rumble ladder mode, the ladder Rumble mode, because I don't like Rumble at all. I love Draft Rumble, but the ladder Rumble is not enjoyable at all, at least to me. It could just be me, but it's just too much is going on there to make it enjoyable. So, Clash Mini isn't ready for global yet, honestly, but I feel like, you know, we're still on the right path towards becoming global. I still believe Clash Mini can be a huge hit. Like, it's still definitely possible. Honestly, if I didn't believe in it, I probably wouldn't be making videos on it still. But yeah, Clash Mini, you know, it just has that, you know, flair to it. And I know, you know, the genre is a bit, you know, I guess, out of date. Like, you know, auto chess was, like, really big, like, a few years ago, but now it's not really that big. And there are some content creators, like, I'm not trying to start beef or anything, I gotta get that clear. This is in no way meant to start any drama or anything, but I know that there are some content creators out there who, some Supercell content creators that, who don't believe in the game going global. The main one I can think of right now is OJ, you know. He's not really been too impressed with what the game has had to offer as of lately. And I can understand that, you know, especially since, you know, one of the main things he said was how aggressive the monetization was. And he's completely right. Monetization, again, is just absurd right now. But, I really want the devs to prove them wrong. I really want the devs to be like, no, OJ, you're wrong. This game is going to be great. Trust. It's just, it's not... How can I say this? How can I say this the right way? The game isn't, you know... It's not under, you know, the wrong hands or anything like that. I don't believe that at all. It's just that it's not getting the best care that it deserves in some ways. And that's how a lot of people think right now. And, you know, a lot of people saying, you know, L devs and stuff like that. But let's be honest, if this weren't a Supercell game, would y'all be playing it? I don't think so. So yeah, I really do believe in this game. It's just it still needs plenty of work. And hopefully, you know, we can come together and help the game flourish and become a global hit, just like Clash Royale and Clash of Clans were global hits. So yeah, that's all I really have to say. Thanks for watching. Yeah, I love Clash Mini. It's just that, you know, there's some things that really needs to change about the game, but I'm still very hopeful for its future. Yeah, let's hope that, you know, we get some more improvements to the game, and hopefully it'll go global. But for right now, take care of each other and love each other, and peace.